What is the perfect recipe for a family town these days? It's a real balancing act between your dreams and, well, reality. In this explainer, we're going to use Maryville, Tennessee as our case study to really dig into that formula. What makes a place truly great to live in?
I mean, it's a puzzle, right? You've got schools, jobs, lifestyle, but there's also something else, that feeling you can't quite put your finger on. The real challenge is finding a place where all those pieces just click together perfectly.
And that brings us right to the heart of it. The people who actually live in Maryville, they have a name for it. They call it the sweet spot. It's that perfect balance where everything just works. So what are the ingredients in this so-called sweet spot? Well, let's start with the most basic one of all, location.
Okay, first up, location. And I'm not just talking about a pin on a map. We're talking about how a town's location literally sets the rhythm for your entire life, from that dreaded morning commute to what you end up doing on a Saturday.
Maryville's location is this amazing balancing act. On one hand, you are right at the gateway to the Great Smoky Mountains, but you're also just south of Knoxville, with all its jobs and things to do. You throw in a major airport and super easy highway access, and boom, you're connected to everything. Nature, work, travel. It's pretty slick. And this is the real magic of its location. You get all that access without the usual trade-offs. You feel close to everything, but you don't feel like you're packed in like sardines. It's that sense of breathing room, you know? That's what so many families are looking for.
A killer location is a great start for sure, but it's not the whole story. Now we got to get into the practical stuff, the absolute non-negotiables that every family thinks about: schools, jobs, and of course, economic stability.
So a huge draw for Maryville is that families actually get a choice. It's not one size fits all. You've got the Maryville City Schools, which have this incredible reputation for academics and sports. And then you have the Blount County system, which offers a wider range of programs, different campus styles. That kind of flexibility is a game changer. It means families can find the right fit for their kids' specific needs.
You know, a town's economy is a lot more stable when it's not all riding on one horse, and Maryville is a perfect example. It's not a one-industry town. You've got huge employers in manufacturing, a major hub for healthcare, education, aviation. So what does that mean for you? It means the whole economy is more resilient, which leads directly to a much more stable and less crazy housing market.
And here's a number that makes a massive difference in daily life: 30 minutes. That's the typical drive to downtown Knoxville. Now, just think about that. If you have one person working in Knoxville and another working in Blount County, a 30-minute commute is totally manageable. It turns what could be a logistical nightmare into just the daily drive.
Okay, so we've covered the practical stuff, the stuff you'd put on a spreadsheet. But what does it actually feel like to live there day in and day out? This next part is all about that vibe, that intangible thing that's so incredibly important.
For a lot of folks, the lifestyle here is really defined by the outdoors. And it's not just about being near the mountains. That access is woven right into the fabric of the community. With tons of parks, greenways, sports complexes, getting outside isn't some special occasion, it's just part of your normal week.
And the social scene is just as active as the landscape. This is definitely not some sleepy town where nothing ever happens. The community calendar is always packed with festivals, farmers markets, youth sports, you name it. And if you're a family that's new to the area, this stuff is gold. It's how you meet people and start to feel like you really belong.
There's a phrase that just perfectly nails the local culture here. It's a place where people show up. I mean, that says it all, doesn't it? It points to this culture of real involvement, of mutual support. Whether it's a high school football game or a fundraiser, there's just this tangible sense that people are invested in their community and in each other.
Okay, so let's say you're sold. You love the location, you love the lifestyle. The next logical step is, okay, where are we going to live? Let's get down to the tangible stuff, from the kinds of houses you can find to what it's really going to cost.
So buyers in Maryville get this really great choice. Are you a new construction person? The open layouts, modern finishes, that move-in ready feel? Or are you more into established homes, the ones that come with those big, mature trees, maybe a little more character? There's no right answer. It's all about matching the house to your family's lifestyle.
And of course, the sticker price on a house is just the beginning. We all know that. The true cost of owning a home includes your mortgage, your property taxes, which by the way are pretty favorable in Blount County, plus insurance and all the maintenance. Looking at that full financial picture is really the key to making a smart decision.
But here's the bottom line, and it's a really good one. When you add it all up, your housing dollars just stretch further here. A lot of families find they can afford more house, a bigger yard, and more of that breathing room we were talking about. It can mean a significant upgrade to your lifestyle, often without a massive jump in cost.
All right, finally, let's talk about the future. Because choosing a town isn't just about what it offers you today. It's about its stability. It's about its potential for tomorrow. It's about planting roots in a place that you can really trust.
So what makes Maryville feel like such a solid long-term bet? Well, it's this whole combination of things. You've got the consistent high demand for its schools, ongoing job growth, and this broader trend of people moving into East Tennessee. All that creates this really strong foundation for long-term value. When you add in limited housing and continued public investment, you end up with a market that stays strong and desirable.
And ultimately, that's what this is all about. All of these data points, the school ratings, the commute times, the housing costs, they all add up to something much, much bigger. They create a place where families can feel confident, not just in investing their money, but in investing their lives.
And that really brings us to our final thought. We've deconstructed Maryville's sweet spot, but every family's recipe is a little bit different. So it makes you wonder, what's your sweet spot? What's that perfect combination of location, community, and opportunity that would create the perfect place for you to call home?